Hello world, it's Money Monday. So I kind of wanted to go back and tell you a little bit about my money story. I've kind of been working on it a little bit. I have decided in so many ways, really, my money story is not a whole lot different than some young females that are a little bit younger than me that actually come from or actually have lots and lots of money, including billionaires right now. People also say that your money story starts with your parents. And I say yes and no to that one. Your true money story for yourself is created when you first start your relationship with money, period. End of story right there. However, there are things that can be, I guess to say, complementary in a nice way of your parents' money story and your own money story. I was actually, in a sense, born to be a paycheck for somebody. In a sense, again. My mother has a her money story is actually very much the same as mine, and it has grown with me as well. And that's something I looked back in October and such like that when I was going through a lot of my stuff that I had noticed as her money story is actually my money story also, because her relationship with money began with me and her money relationship grew as I began my relationship with money and grew my relationship with money. So there is that factor. And then there's also looking, like I say, like so many young women in America, our parents' money story is truly us. I mean, look at Britney Spears. Her parents, actually, she was her parents' paycheck. In some ways, she still is her parents' paycheck. Let's look at the Kardashians. Kris Kardashian would be nothing if she didn't have those girls to manage. So if those girls were not billionaires in and of themselves based off of her management, she would be nothing. So again, in a sense, I have been a paycheck for my mother my whole life. Big difference is my mother didn't have a money story before I was born. In a lot of ways, she just really didn't have one. Our family just didn't have those sorts of things. She didn't understand how to be with money. So again, her relationship with money didn't actually start until my relationship with money started. So their story is a lot different because, of course, their mothers married and mated with money in order to manage the children that they have to be the money that they are today. My mother didn't have that option. So it's something I've been thinking about for quite a while, and having gone through, actually took classes on how to be a millionaire and those sorts of things. And I listened to a lot of that stuff, and it's great. It was very helpful in a lot of ways, especially with mindset sorts of things. But during that whole thing, I saw that in some of their millionaire statuses and such like that, there was a lot of hypocrisy still. And I am not one to be a do as I say, not as I do sort of person. I am very much the type of person that I'm going to do what I say, and I'm going to tell you about it. And then hopefully it works for you. If not, okay. Those sorts of things, but I'm not going to tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. If it's something you want to do, fine, cool, that's great, that's on you. But that's not me. I'm not like our leaderships that we have today, our governments and our popes and our religions and such like that, that tell us to do one thing and then they themselves act exactly backwards. I'm going to walk the walk that I talk. Plain and simple. And I saw with a lot of the millionaire people in what I was learning from and such like that, they were very much, they weren't say one thing, do another so much as they were looking at certain people of money characteristics and such like that, and they had negative things to say and negative opinions to say about them, and yet they themselves were acting exactly that same way. And I'm not going to be that kind of a person either. So again, I've taken a lot of time, and actually during those millionaire classes and such like that, after I could no longer attend to those sorts of things, I actually started looking at our billionaires. I started watching and I was watching and paying attention to Elon Musk when he first came into being the world's richest man before most people even knew about him because of Twitter. But I started paying attention to him, and then of course the Kardashians are in our face on a regular basis, so how are we not supposed to be able to pay attention to them? So I started really kind of watching these people, and while I don't necessarily agree with how they do things to get their money and such like that, I see their style and I see how they're doing things. Elon has definitely been a work hard, get in it, do it sort of thing. There are certain things, again, still I don't necessarily agree with on how he does his stuff like that, but he's fascinating. He's awesome. He's, you know, in so many ways when it comes to money, there is not a thing that he hasn't done in life that has not brought him money in some way. There's not a business that he hasn't touched that hasn't become a multi-billion-dollar business. So why wouldn't he be a billionaire in himself? The Kardashians, again, they come from a mother that married and mated money, and she knows money, and she knew well enough how to continue making sure that money came in for herself. So it's just, you know, those sorts of things and such like that. So I definitely have been paying more attention to the billionaires and their ways of doing things. And I was able to kind of catch, you know, like I say, you look at Britney Spears, while she's not necessarily a billionaire, she's still a young lady that has made a lot of money for her parents. Again, Kris Kardashian would be nothing without Kim and the rest of the Kardashian and gender, however you say it, name girls, all of Kris's girls. If she didn't have them, she would not be who she is today. She would not have what she has today. So I come from a lot of females here in America that are just like that. My mom probably wouldn't have what she has today if it hadn't been for me in so many ways. But she also didn't know any better, and her money story grew as my money story grew. I am not a reflection of her money story. She has been able to have growth because of my growth. And I'm going to continue having growth in my own money journey, even though her money journey is now 100% completely her own, and she has told me that that's pretty much how she wants it. So that's that, and you have a happy Money Monday. Have a great day, have fun, and get healthy.